bodies pass away.
Welcome to another deep dive into literary pop and rock with Professor Hogchoker.
They trust me implicitly, I will not let them down. They know when they pass on, I will remain.
Welcome to another deep dive into literary pop and rock with Professor Hogchoker. Today we're looking at Flowers by Miley Cyrus. As we can't afford the copyright to Miley's wonderful track, that was Kalashnikov by Hogchoker, another song of fabulous empowerment for women. And it's yours if you'd like it, Miley, completely for free. Just come grab it and record. Now, many believe that Flowers is a takedown of Miley's ex-husband, Liam Hemsworth. It was released on his birthday, and perhaps written in response to the 2013 Bruno Mars song, When I Was Your Man, which Liam dedicated to her. However, we know Miley is way deeper than that, and with her doctorate in Elizabethan literature, we need to look more to Shakespeare than to Bruno. Flowers are a symbol of love, as in Romeo and Juliet, the rose which by any other name would smell as sweet. They are also, though, a symbol of freedom, as in William Wordsworth's Daffodils, where he needs no more than the memory of the flowers for contentment. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. On to the song, the first line, we were good, we were gold. Miley draws attention not only to the 90s New Romantics Spandau Ballet's hit Gold, but also to Shakespeare, to emphasize how ephemeral our lives are. Golden lads and girls all must, as chimney sweepers come to dust, as he says in Cymbaline. Like flowers, our lives and our loves also come to dust, just as with the darker side of the Midas touch, wealth turns love cold and inanimate, the kind of dreams that can't be sold. We were right till we weren't, built a home and watched it burn. Here Miley makes a biographical allusion to the home she and Liam had built that burnt down in 2018, and a veiled criticism of the American dream and the neocon right, which burns everything it builds, as is addressed in the current world situation. Built on an anapestic dimeter, an anapest being the rhythm of two unstressed syllables followed by one stressed one, what the heck, for example. And a dimeter is two of them in a line. We were good, we were gold, kind of dream, can't be sold. We were right till we weren't, built a home, watched it burn, da-da-dum, da-da-dum. This rhythm is very often used when telling a story, in narrative poetry, especially in ancient Greek Homeric verse. And Miley is telling us a story. The destruction of Sennacherib by Lord Byron in 1815 is written almost entirely in anapestic meter. The Assyrian came down like the wolf on the fold, and his cohorts were gleaming in purple and gold. More recently, a visit from St. Nicholas by Clement Clarke, which many of you may be familiar with as a great Christmas poem, also uses this same rhythm to build a great rhythm that just keeps pulling you along into the story, or the song in this case. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. So, Miley then changes her rhythm to represent her indecision. I didn't want to leave you. I didn't want to lie. Started to cry. She's changing her ideas and repeating the stereotypical trope of a grieving woman, making the triumphant Gloria, Gaynor, I will survive style chorus even more triumphant when we reach it. Because then I remembered I can buy myself flowers. I can take myself dancing. I can hold my own hand. This is a reply to Bruno Mars. I should have bought you flowers, I should have held your hand. But it's also an allusion to the opening lines of Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway. That novel, of course, opens with, Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy the flowers herself. Throughout the book, Dalloway is searching for her own independent sense of identity, just as Miley is in this song. And Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own, of course, is the prototypical feminist tract. So Miley can write my name in the sand, alluding to T.S.Eliot's love song of J. Alfred Prufrock, wearing his white flannel trousers and walk upon the beach, wishing the mermaids would sing to him. But it also links to the ephemeral nature of love. The tide will wash her name away, just as it washes away the memories of her unhappy love affair. Talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand. Ouch! There is a great dig at her ex-hubby's intellect. And then, like Billy Idol's Dancing with Myself, I can take myself dancing. And here she's using anaphora, repetition of the first words, to really emphasize her abilities. I can buy myself flowers, I can take myself dancing, I can hold my own hand, I can love me better than you ever can. And not only this repetition, this anaphora, repeating the first line of ability, but she then repeats, can love me better, I can love me better, baby, to really drive the message home. On to verse 2. She can paint her nails cherry red. Nails immediately have the idea of attack, claws, and a popped cherry bombs link to food and sex, almost like in Billie's wonderful lunch. The symbolism of red is for passion, for sex, and for danger. And cherries have long, though less famously than flowers, had a link to love. Richard Allison in the 1500s wrote Cherry Ripe, a garden in her face, there cherries grow that none may buy. And the sexual allusion in Robert Graves' assertion that cherries of the night are riper than the cherries plucked at noon. The cherry plucked at night with the dew of summer swelling, there's a juice of pure delight, cool, dark, sweet, divinely smelling, rounder, sweeter for the eater. I think it's quite clear what he's alluding to with this cherry. Even the Russian master Tolstoy gets in on the act with his tryst beneath the cherry tree in A Well, and the cherry trees swaying, where bare girlish feet trod the fruit, in my brain passions echo repeating. So, the cherries match the roses that you left, she says. Romeo and Juliet again, and T.S.Eliot's Rose Garden in his 4 quartets are deliberately alluded to by Miss Cyrus here. No remorse, no regret. She alludes to Edith Piaf's iconic Je ne regrette rien. Not to Post Malone or Robbie Williams songs of the same title, I feel. And she ends magnanimously with, I forgive every word you said. And why not? As she doesn't need in any way. So back to the chorus, a call for contemplative independence, as attested to in Thoreau's Walden, or W.B. Yeats tending his beehives. So thank you, Miley. But I shall leave you, dear listeners, with Hogchoker's Kalashnikov. And do give me a call, Miss Cyrus, if you would like to record it on your next album. It's yours for free.